make a video about circuit loops in the body. So a circuit loop, they have a center point obviously. So that's the first thing, is a circuit loop will have a center point. And a circuit is, what creates a circuit loop is the resistance between the negative and positive. So a circuit loop will have a wax and a wane of yin and yang, within it. It will start from one extreme, and then energy will come up and dissipate and diminish until it gets to the other one, while you have a current, another current going the other way, like that. That's a circuit loop. So it's not just going from negative to positive. But so circuit loop, it has it basically has a driving force in the center that keeps it going around. It's just like if you think of a whirlpool or a or a galaxy, or some hole that is basically allowing everything fall through into a lesser density. So when you have a hole in the ground, everything will basically fall there because it's falling towards, it's an acceleration towards lesser density. And if you get down far enough, then of course you beyond the Planck box, then you have the subspace, and this is where everything is falling into, and explains gravity, and very easy. And so you will have the circuit loops forming, around those, which is just like you see as the water is going down the whirlpool, you see those lines of force going down. So that is one circuit loop. So we have you can think of it as the black hole, or it's not really so much that, it's actually a generator. You know how a generator has the right hand rule and the left hand rule, the right hand rule for generating power and the left hand rule for consuming power. How I think electricity, magnetism, and acceleration, like that. Electricity, magnetism, acceleration. No, this one is electricity, magnetism, acceleration. Yes, this one is acceleration or electricity, same thing. Acceleration, magnetism, and then no, excuse me. This is acceleration, this is electricity, this is magnetism. Acceleration, magnetism, electricity. So this is the B, this is the I, B, I, and acceleration. Right hand rule is when you are generating power, left hand rule is when you are consuming power. Those, you can just see it's like a three-dimensional force vector. We have X, Y, and Z plane. That's how you use it. So the lines of force are circulating around that to the center, and this is how we have these energy channels. Body. You just think of if you've seen the magnetic field of a magnet underneath if you've held a magnet up to a CRT screen, then you can see those lines of force going around. So we also have those lines of force, those magnetic fields going around, but they are shaped into the spiral. They're going along the spiral of the body. Yeah. So I can actually draw. Let me see if I can draw that. And so I think I will draw the side one. Side view, which is quite similar to the Neijing tool drawing. something like that. Yeah. And then we have our power generator is here in this region. This whole region here, you can call it the I forgot the name, but anyway, it's not the kwa. The kwa is referring to the central axis that is called kwa. That is just the central kind of pivot point, or you can also think of the bikini line. The bikini line is like that. That pivot point is going around. That's kwa. This one is different. This is where the energy kind of accumulates, and this is basically where all the energy channels spiral out through and along the body, and they spiral around everywhere. And of course, then we have a main spiral, very strong spiral, like that. And here's our brain. And this very strong spiral, it usually gets cut. It gets cut off when the umbilical cord. Well, no, actually not so much. Around when you're between 3 years old and 4 years old, this main spiral will deplete, and basically it will be almost severed there, and then you will just have the all the sub channels, all the lesser. Sorry, there's still the strong energy meridians, but this main channel, this is more of a conception. When we are conceived, there is a certain amount of energy. It's just like when a seed sprouts. So ask yourself the question: if you sprout a seed in just a piece of wool or in a piece of toilet paper, how much nutrients does that seed have in it to keep it? Like, it will have an initial like spark, which will trigger the growth process, but that spark will only last for a certain amount of time, and then that's it. But so that spark is kind of I guess that we would call the prenatal yeah, so that's the prenatal energy. So before conception, there is a certain amount of energy in our seed of our human being that will just give us an initial boost as we are going from a fetus to an infant until puberty sort of finishes. Then it's died down again. Yeah. So yeah, those are two. No, actually, the other thing I was going to talk about was the power center. The power center of the dantian here. So this can be both a generator and it can be used to generate power. It can also be used to kind of discharge the power. And we have basically, it's like you can say that's negative, that's positive, and this one is coming up the body that way, and then it's coming down that way. And so you can say that you can call that positive, and that one you can say it's like negative. And basically, this is a power generator, this is our brain, so you can see the power generator is powering our brain. So every time when our mind starts thinking thoughts, it is depleting energy from this thing. So the way to work with this thing basically is to get out of your head and sink your awareness, back down to there. Get out of your head and sink your awareness down to there, down to your dantian, and this can happen through meditation.